Jews around the world and here in Eugene say they've faced increased hostility since October 7th, 2023, when Hamas terrorists attacked Israel and took civilians hostage.
I'm kind of embarrassed to say that after October 7th, I started hiding. I no longer wore my Star of David at my high school. I wouldn't talk about my identity as much as I used to. I hid, and I wasn't proud of that over the summer. And coming into school here at UO, I really wanted to set my ideas forward.
Despite rising hatred, many have been inspired to dig deeper into their religion and culture as a way to combat hate.
Since October 7th, I definitely have felt a stronger connection to my religion. I didn't necessarily go to synagogue every Friday or practice Shabbat. I definitely was more of a high holiday Jew, just going for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. But since then, I've gotten very involved at Hillel.
Post-October 7th, UO President Carl Schulz released a statement saying, in part, "I condemn genocide. I condemn the killing of innocent civilians." Oregon Hillel and the Jewish Federation of Lane County have worked closely with UO and local law enforcement to combat discrimination and harassment. Jewish Americans have been part of this country's story for over 4 centuries, arriving as immigrants in the mid-1600s, fleeing religious persecution. American Jewry grew significantly before the Holocaust, and more than 135,000 survivors immigrated post-World War II.
Jews have been welcomed here. We have fled persecution to come here. We have come here to make a better lives for ourselves, and that's what this country has always meant to us.
American Jews make up 2.4% of the U.S. 92% are Ashkenazi Jews with European heritage. Oregon Hillel's executive director Lenny Steinberg says they are equally focused on tackling anti-Jewish hate and fostering a welcoming space for all Jewish students through Shabbat dinners, events, retreats, and holiday programming.
Out, whether it's at a baseball game for the Eugene Emeralds or hosting our Israel Independence Day celebration here at our Hillel building. I think it's really important to us, to our community, to show what it's like to be Jewish in a world where there are roughly only 17, 18 million Jews on a planet of 8 billion people. The story of who we are becomes that much more important.
The American Jewish Committee says 85% of American Jews deeply identify with Zionism, the belief that Jews have the right to a Jewish state or self-determination in Israel, their indigenous homeland.
It might differ for some people, but for me, it's not interchangeable. It's the same thing for me. My identity as a Zionist is just as much as my identity as being Jewish. It's part of my everyday life. It's part of everything that I do for the Jewish community back home and here in Eugene. It's part of the reason that I proudly wear this star on my chest every day, every hour.
Jewish Voice for Peace, alongside Students for Justice in Palestine, has protested against Israel's military actions in Gaza, but also against Zionism itself.
We are dedicated to creating a space for Jewish people to exist beyond Zionism, without the need for Israel as a central tenet of Jewish identity. And it's not part of my Jewishness, and I think it shouldn't be part of other people's Jewishness either. And I think a lot of people feel that way, and so we need to have a space where we can express that.
Miles argues that anti-Zionism has been conflated with anti-Semitism and then exploited to suppress free speech.
It's less about anti-Semitism against me, and it's more about how is anti-Semitism being used against people I care about and against my communities.
Anti-Semitism is defined as a mutating conspiracy theory dating back to the Middle Ages. And the Jewish Federation of Lane County says anti-Zionism has often been used as a cover for anti-Jewish hatred.
There's always a reason. Today, in 2025, and since 2023, and really a little bit before that, it's Zionism. You don't belong there. You're in this tiny little country, and you're surrounded by all these other countries that are also the result of colonization, by the way. Well, I'm just saying I'm an anti-Zionist. I'm not an anti-Semite. Is saying like I don't hate Jews. I just want you to not be there. That's the same thing. And as a Jew, I'm telling you that. So hear me when I tell you that.
UO sophomore Rachel Leonard says anti-Zionism has manifested in the forms of chants like, "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free."
Words are really powerful, and I think that people like to manipulate them to mean what they want them to mean. For the Jewish people, for decades, From the River to the Sea has called for the killing of Jews, but people now say, oh, it's not, it's just calling for the destruction of the state of Israel and it becoming one state of Palestine. Okay, if that's what you say it means, if you destroy the state of Israel, what happens to the people who live there, who are mostly Jewish?
And UO freshman Max Netter says anti-Semitism is manifested on campus in the form of swastikas drawn on photos of Jewish students in his dormitory and a yellow ribbon symbolizing the remaining Israeli hostages in Gaza torn down from his door.
Is this worth it to be out, like, as my true self, like my whole identity out in the open? Is it a good idea for me and my safety to be openly Jewish? And months later, I can fully say that, yes, it has been worth it.
Here and across the nation, the Jewish community is standing strong in joy, identity, and unshakable pride. In Eugene, I'm Tiffany Lewis reporting.